Blog Talk Radio.
If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. The camera's here and the microphones, and they wanna know. Yeah.
Hi, this is Bradford Anderson.
I'm the Jackal. The Jackal of cyberspace.
If you're listening to StarDish Radio.
Good evening to you all, and welcome to another edition of StarDish Radio on the Blog Talk Network. Today is July 16, 2008, and I'm your host, Joanne. Please make a note, tomorrow's show will be at a special time of 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific Time for Antonio Sabato Jr., so please make sure you tune in for that. Let's dive straight into what we're doing tonight. I have on the phone a very, very personal favorite of mine, and I'm sure for everyone else as well for that matter. So please welcome back to StarDish Radio my dear sweet friend, Bradford Anderson.
Hey, Joanne, how's it going?
Hi, sweetheart. How are you?
I'm doing well. Yeah, it's a hot day here in Los Angeles. How are you doing?
Oh, it's a hot day here in Florida too, baby. So I know how you feel. I know it's murder today.
Yeah, it could be worse.
Murder. Yeah, but everything's good. How are you doing?
Life is good. I've been so busy, but really great things, and I consider myself very lucky in all that I get to do. So my life is great. Great.
Yes, you've been one busy guy, Mr. Big Man. I'm so happy that you popped back in for me.
Yes, my pleasure.
Let me just say congratulations to you on all of your successes with the role of Spinelli, because you are just fabulous at it. And,
thank you.
You brought him to a whole other level that I don't even think soap fans really even dreamed of. And to your other little business endeavors that contain the quintessential 19 necessary fruits, including the magical Brazilian berry. Like that one. I think it's quite adorable how you guys included in the scenes. I love it. I really.
Well, it's what's funny. I think some people might have the impression that it's us that are putting that in there, for whatever purposes, but it's actually our head writer, Bob Guza, who drinks it but is not a distributor. He's not actively sharing it or anything like that. But he finds it so amusing. I think he finds Steve's involvement incredibly amusing, and so he's the one that puts it in there. Like, we're not. And actually, the first time it was funny, blah blah blah. But the fourth time we're talking about it, it's like because I know that some people are uncomfortable talking about it. They for whatever reason, and so I don't want I don't want people to think that we're so avid about pushing it that. Right. But it's not us. It's not us.
That's right. So I'm glad we cleared that up. So understand, Bob Goose is the one who's writing it. It's not.
Yeah, and it's Bradford. It's for his own enjoyment too. It's not. He's not trying to push it for his purposes either. He just finds it funny. So,
right.
But
you know that I always support you guys in that, so I have no problem talking about that.
Right.
You know that.
No,
I'm not.
Yeah, I love
that.
Yeah, no, I'm glad it's still working for you.
Oh yeah, it is. I mean, I stopped doing the distributorship, but I definitely still drink it. I'm actually moving to Buffalo next week. I'm leaving
purpose?
Florida on purpose. I am.
What's going on in Buffalo?
My sister moved there with her husband and my nephew, and I'm just a little sick of Florida. So maybe I'll try it again when I go up there. Drinking it, yes, I still do, but promoting it or whatever, I really don't bother.
Yeah. Well, that's another conversation.
We'll do that another day. You and I will do that another day, darling, because I got a lot here for you. So let's get started. My questions first. Let's see. Your fan club weekend, how was that?
Oh, it was great. It's always great. I it's astounding to me the amount of people that come to Los Angeles from all around the country, all around the world, and to basically just celebrate our show, and that's what it really feels like. And I love that. I love my events always. I say always. It's 2 years in a row. It's been Friday morning, and I've never necessarily considered myself a morning person, but I love having my event like in the early stages of the event of the weekend, and I was lucky to have a big crowd. Everyone was. I hope everyone had a good time. I had a blast. Maybe some people weren't surprised, but I never announced it. It was never official. But Kirsten showed up, which was a joy for me, and we had a really good time. I started up the event saying that I was going to do the Q&A at the end because I usually start my events with like a half-hour kind of storytelling thing, whatever. And so I said, since there were so many people, we were going to forego that and maybe do it at the end. And but it was really because I wanted to do it when Kirsten came, and I still wanted, but I wanted to make sure that I had enough time to go around to every table and say hi to everybody. So in order to do that, I couldn't do my own Q&A and then do another one when she was there. So, so she showed up about 45 minutes into it, and we had a great fun time on stage. Told some stories, answered questions, and she's so much fun. But I know that the fans don't necessarily get to see a lot of her outside of the show, so she was really thrilled to be there, and I think it was fun to have. I think it was fun for everybody else too.
Right. No, I've heard a lot of great things about your event, so definitely, I can honestly say people did have a great time.
Yay!
Yeah, they did. Who can't have a good time with you? That's what I want to know, because I want to meet that person and kick their ass, because there's nobody that can have a good time with you. So,
I hope that's true. I hope that's true.
Yeah,
that's what because I can't help but have a good time at those things, because I've yet to see anyone that comes in there moping. Everyone is genuinely happy to be there, so there's no reason no reason not to have a good time. And I still am astounded by the positivity that people feel towards what we do, and that never gets old for me. So the energy that they bring in, I sup it up and I love it. So
yeah. Well, all right. Yeah. Since we last spoke in April, Spinelli was still blowing up the screens, and it's only gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. And he has seemed to finally have found his undeniable true love in Maxie. And they finally consummated it, but she doesn't want to ruin the friendship. So now what's going on here? I mean, Spinelli has sought out advice from every suave, debonair man in Port Charles and still has not accomplished what he wants. When is he just going to stop doing the cyber talk and say, damn it, I love you, Maxie, I'm not letting this get away. Let's do it and be damned to everything else.
That's a great question. He's as much as he knows, as much as he sees what gets women, as much as he sees that the Jasons and the Jaxes and that those guys, the skills that they possess, the character traits that they possess are what women go for. He truly is. Well, and it's fascinating, and this is something that maybe I need to think about, because the transformation into Damien was actually something that he could accomplish, but when he tries I think what it is that if he can go into a character, he can play at it, but he hasn't found a genuine way to make those traits part of who he is. To integrate them into his own personality. He can maybe, play a character and try to be a poser in a sense, and he can maybe pull that off, but but as well, it failed, it came crumbling down. So, I think that is the ultimate goal, is to find it in himself, those qualities. And it's more I think it's a confidence thing. And until he finds that confidence, it's never going to happen for him. Because, all those other qualities come out of that basic self-confidence. And he's, self-admittedly, that is something that he does not possess.
Right, and which